Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host for the evening, America's favorite comedian of all time, Mr. Chad Riden.
Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. I'm a divorced person. Anybody else happy? Huh? Anybody else wake up with joy in their heart, a little skip in their step, a smile on their face? If you know somebody who's sad about their divorce, they did it wrong, because it is amazing, you guys. It's so great. I don't know about you. I took great pleasure in changing my Facebook relationship status to widowed. She's dead to me. She doesn't like that joke. But that doesn't matter anymore. We're happy now. Everything's fine. I'm so happy to be here, you guys. I'm looking forward to next weekend. Next weekend, I'm invited to a toddler's birthday party. Yeah. I don't know what he wants, but I hope he likes weed and whores, because that's what I'm bringing. They said it's a party, and that's how I do. That's not how I do, you guys. I have neither weed nor whores. If you could hook me up with either, that would be amazing. I'll take what I can get. Thank you so much. And anything you donate is actually tax deductible. I'm operating as a church. Technically, I'm a church. So anything you donate is tax deductible. Please consult your tax professional. You guys, I have spent the last year and a half sitting in the house writing new jokes. And you're not going to hear any of them tonight. Because they're all about me falling in love with Colombian MILFs on Chatterbait. And nobody wants to hear about that. I don't know how to even interact with real women I find attractive anymore. Like, it's been so long since I've seen actual females in real life, you know? Like, I've been through so much internet porn. I don't even know what I would do if I encountered a woman. Like, now when I see a woman walking down the street, I just run up and I try to double click her. Nothing! Usually something pops up. So dumb. I keep clicking on girls with tattoos. It's just so hot. I love them. I think tattoos are so, so hot. I don't have any tattoos myself, you guys. I've always been too poor to spend money to look poor. I love them. They're hot. Can't afford them. That's bullshit. I did get a tattoo. I got my first tattoo, you guys. The previous premise was bullshit. I was just lying the whole time. I got a tattoo. It says, ride to live, live to ride. Circled around my butthole. It's very progressive. I will show you later. Nothing matters. It doesn't make any difference. The only thing that really matters to me is that I'm a good father. Like, that's the only thing that matters. And I know I'm a good father. Thank you so much. I know I'm a good father because every single day that my daughter has been in school, I have packed her school lunch for her. I do that every day. I pack a nice, healthy lunch for her. And every single day, I'm tempted to put an ice-cold can of beer into that lunch. And I don't do it because I'm a good father. I'm a better father than I am a comic because that would be hilarious. She's got a pretty good sense of humor. The school board does not. She would show up, she'd start unpacking her stuff. She'd be like, sandwich, chips. Oh, Dad! Somebody would notice, they would swoop in, they'd scoop all that shit up, they would take her to the office, they would give me a call, and I would throw her under the bus. I'd just be like, I keep telling her she can't drink at school. She never listens to me. Maybe you guys can beat some sense into her head. They can't. I trained her to be a ninja. She went through Taekwondo. She can fight, and I can't wait for somebody to hit her. She'll kick their ass, and then I'll sue them. be absolutely amazing. That's. All right, thank you so much for putting up with my crap. My name is Chad Riden. We have a fantastic show for you people. This is the Nashville Stand-Up Showcase. These comics are all great, and you're going to love them. Coming up next, a very funny man. Please give it up for Eddie Ortiz.
Oh no, Bruno Mars got fat! What's going on, everybody? How we doing tonight? I think I just broke the stage, just so you guys know. My name's Eddie Ortiz. I'm originally from Los Angeles. I moved to the South about 15 years ago because I'm a masochist, I guess. The thing that I didn't realize that was going to be so difficult about living in the South was being all my white friends' only black friend. Yeah, especially when you're Mexican. And the thing is, I'm not even Mexican. I'm about as Mexican as the tacos at Jack in the Box. Just as high in cholesterol. So I grew up in Los Angeles. It was really strange, you know, because there was like lots of gangs. The MS-13 started in my neighborhood. But I was like never a gang member, you know, like I wasn't into the MS-13. I was always more of a MS-14 XL, you know what I mean? But my mom figured it out early, so she swooped us out in the middle of the night and moved us out of town. It was exactly like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah, except it was more like the Fresh Prince of my Tia Sonia's garage. Because that was my kingdom. You guys, stand-up is hard. Especially when you're built to sit down. And I work out to stay in this shape. In this shape! I look like a turkey leg from the Renaissance Fair. You know what I'm talking about, right? I'm brown, I'm crispy, I'm more than likely to be found in some sort of awkward white girl that made a velvet dress out of drapes. Smells like sour milk for some reason. Has a sex with a LARPer story. You guys, why are there no superheroes that look like me? Why are there no, and the Ninja Turtles don't count. The Ninja Turtles, they don't count. I think if there's not gonna be superheroes that look like me, I should be the superhero. I think they should make me the superhero, right? Yeah. When I take my glasses off, I'm sexy. I look real good in spandex. Real good in spandex. Trust me, it's real jiggly. And one time when I was 6, I stopped a robbery while wearing a Batman costume. Let me tell you about it. Has anybody here ever been to Las Vegas? Any Vegas? All right. So when I was 6, I realized my mom was cool because one of her friends came over and somehow talked her into taking herself and her 4 small children to Vegas at 2 in the morning. What I'm trying to say is I had great parents. And so we go to Vegas, it's 2 in the morning, we get there, and I don't know if you guys know this, Vegas has one place where you could bring your children at 2 in the morning. Does anybody know what it is? Has anybody ever heard of a little casino called the Circus Circus? You guys, the Circus Circus had a full-fledged theme park where you could just leave your children and then loan money off of them. And if you couldn't pay them back, they just lived there. That was the Circus Circus. Now, the thing about the Circus Circus is I didn't know what was going on because I was a little kid and I was wearing my Batman costume and I was just standing in the ball pit, you know? I was just like, is this what we do? Is this what we do at the fun zone? I'd never been to an amusement park and we didn't have any money. We weren't gonna play any games. So I'm just standing in the ball pit and I'm like, this is not fun. This is not fun. So I start sneaking around. And I open these doors. And you know how in cartoons, when the magic happens, they open the doors and it goes, wah. I did that. You know, like little birds came out, angels were singing. Because I had never in my life, ever, seen a buffet. This was the first buffet. This is the first buffet I'd ever seen. I didn't even know they existed. I didn't understand the concept of a buffet. I found out that night that if you stand next to a shrimp tray in Las Vegas, Nevada, and eat the whole shrimp tray, some Mexican lady will bring you another shrimp tray. I understand why Vegas is Sin City. So I ate a lot of shrimp, because shrimp's delicious. And then right near the shrimp was, unfortunately, a soft serve ice cream machine, and it had swirl. You know, because swirl's the best. Anybody who says anything different is a racist. And so I eat a bunch of ice cream, and then I go back to the ball pit, because that's what I was going to do for the rest of the night. The moment I get into the ball pit, my stomach's like... And you know what that means? That means that everything else is starting to cook. So then the little farts start coming out. So my little cape is just like, psst, psst. I'm like, this is not gonna work out. This is not gonna work out. So I get out of the ball pit, and I realize, oh no, it's getting worse. And I'm like, oh man, I might throw up. And as a kid, all you wanna do when you're gonna throw up is find your mom. So my dumb 6-year-old self thought, walk into this massive casino and you'll find your mom real easy. The moment I opened the casino doors, the waft of sadness and feet and cheese hit me in the face. And my stomach was like, nope, it's all coming out. It is all coming out. So I immediately look for an exit, and there's an exit right over there. So I take off for the exit like full force. I'm going like this, the cape's flapping like this. And I'm just like, okay. Right before I get to the door, I throw up all over the door. And then I throw up on the ground. And then I open the door, and then I step outside and throw up all over the ground outside. At that exact moment, this is a true story. 2 robbers were robbing the circus. They'd snatched a bunch of cash and just ran, right? And they ran right for that door. Robber number 1 glides through my vomit, slams into the door. Wasn't enough weight. Luckily, robber number 2 slides through my vomit, slams into robber number 1, and both of them land into vomit number 3 outside. Now, and this is my favorite part. Right behind them was a cop, gun drawn, chasing these dudes. The cop just glides through the vomit, through the door, lands on top of both robbers. And then he looks over, and there I am. And he looks at me, and I look at him, and he goes, "What are you doing here, kid?" And he was a cop, and I'm brown, so I ran. You guys, I know this whole time you've been thinking, oh my gosh, the girl from the Alabama Shakes does comedy? She's so talented. But my name's Eddie Ortiz. You guys have a good night.
Awesome. All right, coming up next, this man is insane. Please give it up for DJ Buckley. Hello. Hello. Did I turn it off? I turned it off. Yeah. If anybody was going to do it, I knew it was going to be me. Hell yeah. I'll tell y'all a little about me. The other day, my grandpa told me a story for 45 minutes, and it took me 30 minutes to realize it was just an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger that he had seen. It took the line, and that's when Walker stepped in, and I'm like, God damn it. We could have just watched this together. Why did you tell it to me? So Halloween's coming up. Everybody excited? Woo! I know, it's great. Fun costumes, candy, scary movies. It's great. Haunted houses aren't as much of a thing, but they're still a thing. My favorite haunted house, unfortunately, went under last year because of COVID. It was Haunted Hell. Anybody ever go there? No? Okay. I loved it, but it had it's a weird name, right? Where it's like Haunted Hell. A+ on alliteration. But why did you add something to hell? Because hell is already the worst place. Eternal suffering, damnation, all of that. And then also there's a spooky ghost over here. Watch out. Watch out for that. When you're suffering for all eternity, there's also a spooky ghost gonna be around. Don't get scared.
Can you imagine walking through this haunted house, just people chained to the walls, like covered in wounds, screaming at you the whole time? I can't stand this every second. All I feel is pain and misery. I've had the piss whipped out of me for years upon years upon years, and I can't stand it. All I want is to die. Did y'all see that chair move? There's a chair in the back of the room, and I swear it moved. Nobody's by that chair, man. I'm so scared. Also, I've been raped every second I've been here. I can't, and my whole skin is just peeled with a potato peeler, and then it regrows so they can endlessly peel me. Oh, I'm in so much pain. Wait, did you hear that? I thought I heard the floor creak. And nobody's in that part of the house, man. My roommate's out of town. Oh, I'm so scared. Oh, what a stupid haunted house. It's dumb. I love it. Well, did y'all know there is a huge difference between a lady telling you, I want you to fuck me, stupid, and a lady telling you, I want you to fuck me, stupid. Because you have sex either way, but one really hurts your feelings afterwards. Really makes you look in the mirror and wonder where your standards are. I mean, I get that my dick's so dumb it's stupid, but like, you don't have to be mean about it. Oh my gosh, you guys. Speaking of my big dick, does anybody here believe white privilege is real? It is. You're right. Good for clapping. If you didn't clap, you're wrong. I know white privilege is real because I experienced it. What had happened was I was driving with my lights not on at night, and I got pulled over for that. The cop comes up to the window and he goes, do you know why I pulled you over? And I go, no. And he's like, you didn't have your lights on. And I go, thanks, because that's white person for goodbye. It's like, I don't want any confrontation. I can get there. Thanks. Don't step to me, even though I can't speak. But I gave him the old goodbye, and somehow he didn't take the hint. Stuck around, and he's like, have you been drinking tonight? And I'm a bad liar, so I said yes. So I had to get out of the car and start doing a field sobriety test. We're running through all the classics, you know, finger to nose, watching a flashlight, doing the alphabet backwards. And at one point, so he's got a radio on his hip, and I can hear it go off, but I can't hear what they say. But he, looking me dead in the eye, goes, well, she's probably pissed because her son's a fucking drug dealer. Yeah, exactly. It's funny. I started laughing too. And he goes, is that funny? And I go, yeah. And I'm just like, I'm DJ. And he shakes my hand. This worked. We just start shooting the shit. And it's two guys casually talking now instead of one guy that got pulled over by another guy with a belt full of weapons that could have killed him at any time, and the most he would have got was paid vacation. But I was like, that was a cool little flashlight you had earlier. And he's like, yeah, it's also a knife. And I'm like, cool. And he's like, yeah, if you would have came at me, I just would have bop, 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 stabbed you. And I'm like, great. Good for you. And he's like, you want to see it? And I was like, yeah. So he puts the lid back on, and he hands it to me, a regular person like everyone else here. And I take it, and I go, do you twist it, or you just pull? And he goes, you just pull. And I'm like, wow. I am so white, I have been pulled over by a cop, handed a weapon by that cop, and shown how to use it. I am a Disney princess for white trash, and it's terrible that that's what I got. Next time I get pulled over, I'm just going to get my oil changed for free. Hi, man, I saw you had a leak. What you doing down there? And I was like, I don't know. Well, y'all been great. Love you. Goodbye.
Awesome. Coming up next, give it up for Taylor Williams.
Oh, thank you, everybody. I am hoping this is a really fun school credit for somebody in here. This is either a great opportunity or an incredible recruitment plan, bringing 30-year-olds in to live their dreams at a college campus or make a fresh start. But I do hope you like me. It's very important to me. I just went on tour for a month, not doing comedy. I was going on tour with my boyfriend's band, which is a 1920s ragtime getup. So we are not annoying at parties if I do this. And it turns out the Venn diagram of people who like that and like me is pretty non-existent, actually. They're very intellectual people and also like old punks. So I'd be drunk trying to talk to them. And I'd be like, so isn't jazz just like being random on an instrument? And they're like, all right. Women are terrifying to me in the South. No offense to me or anyone else who is this. But just the whole like aggressive compliments, like that's how we say hello. They're like, oh, I love your curly hair. And I don't know what to say. I'm like, I'm sure you got some somewhere. Whatever. Yeah. But this one time I had a special day and I was wearing a dress and I felt great and I was walking down the street and I saw this guy look at me. So check one, we're in business. And I get a little closer and he looks me dead in the eye and goes, damn, you look tired. I was like, all right, that is a way to get a lady to go to bed. I'll take it, you know? I used to work at a coffee shop, which I also feel like is obvious from everything about me, but that's kind of like that situation where guys can just like holler weird stuff at you, but you're in a cage. And they know where you are, and you have to do their bidding and whatnot. And I did have this really great customer who would come in every morning, and he would call me names like Madame and Milady and Pretty Lady, okay? And I could not help but feel it on when he never murdered me. It's like, what has all this been? I'll tell you what, though, I did have a dream job. I got to donate my eggs to a lovely couple. That's right. Thank you. I don't know why. Thank you, DJ. I don't know why they call it donation. I got $10,000, okay? Premium. And yeah, so I took $10,000 from this couple. I got a woman pregnant, and I said, I never want to see that kid for as long as I live. Thus, living out my dream of being a horrible, horrible father, which was really, you know, best job in the world, guys. Absolutely. And that money is gone, by the way. It was immediately gone. Because what happened, first of all, I didn't read the fine print at all. I was just like, give me the syringe, put it in me, take whatever out. I don't care. And I went in, and I was very nervous for the surgery. And they literally set me down on a diaper. And as I was like fading away, I was like, they're going to give me to the family. I'm the baby. It was terrifying. But what it didn't have, I'm here today, I think, unless it's a simulation, I don't know. And so with all that money, I went and bought like all of Mary Kay. I was like, I don't want to have a baby, I want to look like a baby. Me. Okay, I have one more thing that I've been working on. And I need my hands. I've been trying to like appeal to, you know, as we become more educated and whatever, I really don't want to offend anyone. So I've been working on this clean bit. You guys ready? Okay. Guys, imagine if I got a Netflix special and I did that for an entire hour and it killed the entire time. What a dream. All right, that's going to be all. Please don't put this on the internet. Thank you.
You guys give it up for Sean Parrott.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you. I just started again. Thank you. Wow, thank you. A lot of comics like to just start doing jokes. They just start doing jokes, but not me. I like to get stuff out of the way. So let's get this out of the way. I look like I say whoopsie daisy during sex. That's what do I look like that? Is that what I look like? I look like the father of a tween detective on the Disney Channel. Do I look like that? Is that what, please let me know. I look like I have yelled, "You go, girl," at a golden retriever. Does that make sense? Does it make sense? The other day I was eating a little pizza, and my friend came over, and he was like, "Hey, what kind of pizza is that?" I was like, it's personal. Thank you. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you. We were talking about, same friend. My friend and I were talking about authors. We love talking about authors. And I was like, I love that lady who wrote Little House on the Prairie. What is her name? Laura Ingalls. And he was like, Wilder. I was like, okay. Laura Ingalls! I read some sad news the other day. It was sad, man. I read this sad news story. Apparently, there's a really depressed pig farmer. Have you heard about this guy? It's really depressing. Yeah, he committed suicide. Sad story. So I'm looking for true love forever. That's what I'm looking for. Not just in this life, but in the other, where we are souls, we become one, we're floating through outer space, banging. And I'm looking on Tinder for it. It's not going great, but I'm trying. I've noticed a lot of women on Tinder are looking for a sugar daddy, which is great. If you can get paid for it, oh, that's awesome. But I saw one woman, and she said, looking for a sugar daddy, no sex. No, that's not right. I looked it up. The sugar is sex. And the daddy, that's sex. It's all sex and money. Sex and money. Honestly, if that is what a sugar daddy is, I want a sugar daddy. I just want like a creepy old guy to give me money and never take my pants off. That's all I want in this world. If you want a sugar daddy with no sex, that means that you just want a regular dad. You just want like an old guy to be like, who left the door open in here? What kind of, I gotta pay these bills. And then you get, oh, I like that. I think, is that how it works? I've never been one before, but I'm working on it. I have also noticed that there are a lot of women on Tinder with guns, and I know this sounds un-American, but I'm afraid of guns. I heard that they shoot like metal through your body at like 1,800 miles per hour, and that makes me nervous, just a little bit nervous. I don't want to offend anybody. But a lot of women, I get why. I totally get why, because men are bad, so you're like, you got the gun, and you're like, hey, you better not try any funny stuff, or I'll kill you on our date. I get it. But when I see it, I think like, hey, you want to go back to my place? I'm a little tired. Do you want to go back to my place? Oh, okay, whatever you need. I'll do whatever sex you want. I'm pretty desperate, so I probably could date a woman who owns a gun. And I could probably marry a woman who owns a gun, but I would never throw her a surprise party. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Racism, 2 thumbs down. Just my opinion. I'm not trying to change your mind, but that's just what I think. But also weird. Racism doesn't get enough credit for being pretty weird. I used to work with a Japanese lady, and I know you're already scared, but it's okay. She said the racist thing, not me. So she and I and my coworker Michael were standing around shooting the shit, and at one point she said a phrase that I thought I'd never hear in my life. She said, "I hate all Chinese people," and I was like, uh-oh. I don't think I'm even allowed to hear this sentence. I hope no one saw me hear this sentence. Japanese people, Chinese people, they've been fighting for thousands of years. Probably some small reason that she hates Chinese people. And my coworker Michael was like, but how can you tell the difference? And I was like, Michael, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you ask that question? Then I was sort of wondering myself, but I'm glad you said it, because I would not want to say that. And actually, I can tell the difference between Japanese and Chinese people if they're wearing really stereotypical outfits. Like if I see an Asian person wearing a kimono and like a mini sword and then one big sword, they're probably Japanese. And if I see a person wearing like a full Panda Express uniform, I know they're probably Puerto Rican. My name is Sean Parrott. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Coming up next, Jasper D. Platt.
What is up? What is up? How are we doing? This looks like a deleted scene from The Joker. This is wild. This is. I feel like Robert De Niro's about to die or something. This is crazy. Spoilers. Sorry. Shit. Fuck. No. Ruined a movie that's been out for 3 years. What a son of a gun. All right. We were talking, DJ was talking earlier about like, you're fucking stupid or you're fucking stupid. Well, I made a mistake like that one time, and it was through text, because a buddy of mine was asking if I wanted to go to a party, and my response was, fucking A, dude, that sounds awesome. But if you read that text out loud, it's a little bit different, because she just called me immediately back and was like, what are you talking about? I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, fucking a dude sounds awesome? And I was like, well, I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. We'll figure it out tonight when we go to this party. Your boy's down to cloud. I don't know about you guys. Trying to experience life. Guys, fall is upon us. Give it up for the seasons happening still. That's cool. I don't know how many more of those we got, but we got one now, and that's what matters. I do have one gripe about fall, though, and that's white women. I'm going to complain about white women real quick, if that's cool. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Give it up. I'm so brave. I'm so brave. Here's the thing, is that white women ruin the fall because I don't understand why black people also can't enjoy pumpkin spice. I don't understand it. I go to Starbucks and people look at me weird. I'm like, oh, okay. So white women just own fall now? White women just own nutmeg and cinnamon together? Motherfucker, you know where I was born? Bridgeport, Connecticut. You know what Connecticut is? The nutmeg state, motherfuckers! Nigga can't nutmeg around these parts? Got a nutmegger in here, which sounds racist. Like, you try saying nutmegger, it's fine, but like, it feels wrong. Nigga can't nutmeg? Shit. A nigga can nutmeg, and a nigga will nutmeg. A nigga refuses not to nutmeg. I'll tell you what. Pumpkin spice is delicious. I love those arguments about like, oh, should pumpkin spice be all year or just seasonal? I am right in the fucking middle, baby. I'm like, it's so good, I want it all year round. But I'm like, but having it during autumn makes it super special. I don't know where I stand. Politics, am I right, guys? Shit. Everyone's like, this very light-skinned black man has a lot of pumpkin spice material. He's so passionate. Also, is he really black? Is he allowed to say that word so many times in a row? I'm aware what I look like, guys. Don't be concerned. I know I look like if Bob Ross and LMFAO had a fun night together. It's weird when you have a sinus infection because everyone's looking at you like, man, you just coughed. Like, you good? You neggy or you posy, bro? You posy? I'm like, nah, man. Next up. Anyway. I did get a sinus infection like 2 days ago, and I'm just like, I hope no one's nervous. I brought hand sanitizer. I got the whole 9. Hopped up on Sudafed. The one that they make you card, too. They carded me for this shit, dude. This is good shit. This is that good shit. Woohoo! I'm on TV and on drugs. Okay. Public access, baby. Man, oh, man. Guys, I want to talk about racism while we're here. Let's talk about racism. Racism is not fun anymore, okay? That's the real problem with racism. That's my real gripe. That's my real concern, okay? Because nowadays it's all, Blair, Donald won the election and Mexicans are taking our jobs. Blair. It's like, that's boring. Okay, that's not fun. Remember back in the day, like 1930s, 1940s, 1950s, that Disney level of racism? Woo-wee, that was good racism. Man, oh man. Okay, so Peter Pan, the movie Peter Pan, the cartoon movie Peter Pan. That song with the Native Americans. Horribly offensive. It's terrible. But it's also the best song in the fucking movie, okay? Why is the red man red? Wow, that's offensive. Holy shit, that's terrible. But that drum beat in the middle, you're like, okay. All right. Bum bida bum 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 bida bum bum. Oh, that's a fucking banger. Woo! In Aristocrats, they had a Chinese cat playing chopsticks on the piano with 2 pairs of chopsticks. That's not okay, but is it funny? That's a good time, okay? Want to hang out with that fucking cat? He knows how to have a good time. I'm just saying, guys, okay? If you watch Dumbo, all right? Name one other song from Dumbo other than Jim Crow, which was his name in the movie, and his Black Crow song, I Ain't Seen No Elephant Fly. It was a good fucking time, man. It was a good time. Disney knew how to be racist, really, really, really fun. They had a good time with it. Guys, remember Song of the South? Again, here's the thing, is like, nobody here in this room has seen that movie because it's banned, right? Nobody's allowed to see that movie. But we all know zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day. My slavery was okay. Guys, I've been Jasper. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Amazing. All right, coming up next, give it up for Josh Lewis.
Thank you, hundreds of people. Thank you, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people into this theater auditorium. Oh, please, I only have so much time. Please, everybody sit down. Women, put your tops back on. Grown men, stop crying in the aisles. I'm just a simple man. Here's how simple I am. I've been tricked into eating bologna about half a dozen times. Let's talk about one of the more recent ones. I was doing a show in a small town. We did an overnighter. We woke up the next morning very hungry. And whenever you're out on the road and you're very hungry for some breakfast, where do you go? Waffle House. Waffle House. Thank you, thousands of people. Hundreds of thousands, millions of people. Correct answer, number one answer. So we find one, we drive to it, we walk up to the door, and there's a sign on the door that says, closed for expansion. If that tells you what kind of town we were doing comedy in, that they couldn't cram enough people into the damn Waffle House, that they were going to have to build like a second floor, maybe a new wing on there, maybe a mezzanine. I don't even know what a mezzanine is, but it probably look real nice in a Waffle House. I can tell you that much. So I was pretty bummed out. My buddy pecks me on the shoulder and goes, check it out. And there was a big billboard behind us that said, Country Cookin' Breakfast Buffet, next left. And we were like, man, that's like the super Walmart of Waffle Houses. Let's hit this shit up. So we go there, we walk in. Just to describe the atmosphere of this place, it's the kind of place that you fear that diabetes is airborne. You know what I'm saying? Like you can catch the sugars from breathing. Like I'm pretty sure I saw a little old lady lose her left foot going back for thirds, you know? Have I painted this picture pretty well? I hope so. What's the main reason you go to any kind of breakfast buffet? The meat section. I'll cut you off, not even let you answer. It's the meat section. That's the right answer. And this place had all the breakfast meats. Every one of them had bacon, round sausage, oblong sausage, and what at the time I thought was ham. And I was like, ham for breakfast? It ain't even Easter. Let's load up. So I'm piling a nice little pyramid on my plate, just ready, just giddy, go sit down with my buddy, chomp a couple bites of it, and I go, you got me, Country Cookin' Breakfast Buffet. That's fucking baloney. And they went through a lot of trouble to trick me on this bologna. Like thick cut, they pulled the red band off of it. They even put grill marks on the bologna, y'all. Talk about putting lipstick on a hog, because that's what they were doing. They got me good. So I'm kind of grossed out. I'm spitting it into a napkin. And my buddy goes, what's your problem, dude? You don't like bologna? And I go, nah, dude, bologna's gross. He goes, well, what about hot dogs? Do you like hot dogs? I was like, dude, I'm an American. Of course.
I like hot dogs. And he goes, you realize that hot dogs ain't nothing but dick-shaped bologna, right? And I was like, touche. You got me on that one. You definitely nailed me on that one. But here's the difference between hot dogs and bologna. If you go to a cookout, you're invited to a barbecue, cookout, anything, and you bring a pack of hot dogs, people are pretty excited to see it. You know? They're like, come on in, man. Grill's in the back. Grab a beer. Good to see you, and all that stuff. If you show up to a cookout with a pack of bologna, people are concerned for your welfare. You show up, people are like, dude, are you doing okay? Is everything going all right? Do you need a place to stay for a couple of days? I mean, we got a shed out back. The dog used to live in it, so there's still a blanket and there's a water bowl, all the amenities. You can hang out. Bologna's a last resort food to me. Like, you would never eat bologna as your first choice. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so let's say food addiction and alcoholism are level. Bologna's right up there with Mad Dog 2020. And whatever flavor you don't like, that's the one that it is. Purple, red, I think that's the only two. Only thing I'm saying, if I'm walking down the street, I look in a ditch and I see a man eating a bologna sandwich, I'm gonna go, yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that's definitely what I expected to see. By the way, that's my most controversial joke I've ever written. Thank you. Thank you. That's by far, because there's been several times I've done that joke and people have met me after the show to tell me all about their disdain of me and their love of bologna, straight to my face. Like, they didn't even, like, pussyfoot around. They were just like, I hate you and love gross sandwich meat. I had a little old lady one time walk up and put her finger in my chest and go, I just want you to know bologna is my favorite food. I love it. And I was like, whoa, lady. Thank God that you found love in this world, because sometimes this can be a dark, harsh realm. And without the light of love, we would all perish. And second of all, never try T-bone steak, because your fucking head will explode. The flavor is so much better. You may find this hard to believe, but after that symposium on bologna, I've had trouble finding gainful employment. I really have. Comedy ain't paying the bills right now. So I got a part-time job. I work part-time as a bartender because I like to help people make terrible decisions. I really do. Getting pretty, thank you. Thousands of people, millions of people agreeing with me. This is such a dream come true. On TV, millions of people. Some of the best people I've ever seen. Uh-oh, I could go straight into that impression, couldn't I? Trump, that's who I was doing. Did you guys not get? Oh, anyway, what was I saying? Something about bartending. I've been a bartender for a pretty good while now. I help people make terrible decisions, right? Like, this happened a few weeks ago. Guy comes in, it's about 5:30, 6 o'clock. He looks over at me and he goes, I've had a horrible day at work. Give me a beer and a shot of whiskey. I was like, yes, sir. Pour him a beer, shot of whiskey, set it down. He drinks them back pretty quick. And I was like, hey, buddy, you ready for the next round? And he goes, if I have anything more to drink, I'm liable to go back to work and burn down the whole goddamn building. And I was like, hey, buddy, this next round's on the house, because who am I to stop you from all the good times? Speaking of good times, you've been a great time. Thank you, guys.
Hell yeah. Now, your final comic of the night. Please give it up for Steve Spinola.
What's going on, everybody? Woo! All right, the jokes are over. I'm actually here to give you all one final courtesy call about extending your vehicle's warranty before it expires. And that's just a joke, because I'm actually here to teach you all how to cook meth. And then after I teach you how to cook meth, we're gonna take that meth and we're gonna go find E.T. I'm anti-vax. Yeah, that's right. I think vacuums suck. Get them out of here. They're too loud. You can try to put your wiener in a wet vac, but try putting your dick in a Dyson, sir. It's gonna get wrapped up in a bunch of sharp bristles, and you'll be just as anti-vax as I am. I can already tell. This is going to be one of those goddamn shows where they put it on the internet and all you can hear is what's happening through the microphone. So for the fucking record, everybody's laughing right now. This whole place has been going fucking wild for the last 30 friggin' seconds. I don't play any goddamn games. And don't cut to this camera. I swear to God, people in the booth. I will fucking come back there. I've been watching what you've been doing. I know your jokes. Think you're goddamn funny with your long hair, your beautiful long hair back there. Fuck you. I hate crowdsourcing websites. I can't even say my friggin' jokes right now. I hate crowdfunding websites. I can't stand them. You give these people a bunch of money for a product or something that's in development, and then they don't send it to you, and they magically disappear. So I sent a whole bunch of money to this family on GoFundMe.com, and I'm disappointed to report that I did not get a kid with leukemia in the mail. Then he magically disappeared. Ridiculous. You're liking this way too much, sir. Please calm it down. For the record, they're all liking this way too much. Just so you fucking know. On YouTube. Fucking assholes. God damn it. I'm actually very charitable. I do donate my hair to Locks of Love. I don't know if you guys know this. It's an organization. Yeah, you can give it up. They allow you to give your hair to them. They turn it into a wig for sick kids who can't grow hair. But they don't let you donate your hair unless you have 10 inches of hair or more, which is why I had to donate my pubes. And that's not funny because I have 10-inch pubes. It's funny because they're going on a sick kid's head. Let's be very clear about that. I say a lot of dumb stuff. I actually have a degree in physics from McGill University. Most people will be proud of that. I'm pretty disappointed. I thought I was getting a degree in psychic. Spent 5 years in a 4-year program, still can't read minds. And I'm glad you guys like that joke because my parents fucking hate it. They hate how true that joke is. My parents paid for that whole joke. It's fantastic. After college, I lived in an RV for a little while. I didn't know how to make meth back then. I should probably get a new RV now. They say go big or go home. I don't know what I was thinking. I went big motor home. Wasn't very homeful. Now I'm married. I love being married. Anybody in the house married tonight? Hell yeah, dude. Man, everybody in this whole crowd's married. This is so nuts. It's so crazy. I love being married. My wife, she wants to have kids already, but I'm not ready to have kids. I don't know if you guys have heard me talk for a few minutes here, but I'm definitely not ready. I still pee sitting down when I pee in a public restroom. Like if I'm sitting in the stall, I lift my feet up and I don't want anybody like knowing I'm in there. I watch all the other feet walking by because I'm afraid that a man who looks like you is gonna kidnap me from behind while my pee-pee's out, sir. Do you understand what's going on? I'm afraid that people are gonna be like, whatever happened to that guy, Steven Spinola? He was so funny. Yeah, it was a funny story. There was a squiggly pee line going from a Walmart bathroom to an empty parking spot. We never saw that guy again. Can't raise kids when you think you're gonna get kidnapped. That's not right. But my wife's not off the hook. She's not very mature herself. I don't think she's ready to have kids because she still likes to play a game with me called Credit Card. I don't know if you guys ever played that game. It's a game where you pretend that your hand is a credit card and you pretend that your partner's ass is a credit card machine and you swipe it and try to make transactions with their ass. With my wife, she swipes so many times, you know what I mean? And I'm like, ha, 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 I get it. You're a child. You like to play games. But she says, oh, you actually have kind of an old machine, so I have to swipe it a few times, otherwise the transaction is not going to go through. But I'm kind of a wise ass myself. So I actually upgraded my credit card and got a chip on the end of it, and I stick it in her chip reader like this, and I hold, and she goes, whoa, and I say, hey, don't move. If you move, I'm gonna have to insert it again, otherwise the transaction's not gonna go through. If you make me insert it 3 times, it's gonna ask me to swipe. That's just how credit card machines work. Anyway, I don't know if you guys could tell, but I actually have a crooked hand. It's a crappy hand. I'm handicapped. It's not so great. And just so you know, if you didn't laugh at all of my jokes, I'm pretty sure it's a hate crime. And you're racist, so enjoy that. It sucks having this hand. I mean, it's whatever, I guess. People like to make the joke, though. They're always like, oh, did you have a masturbation accident? And I'm like, yeah, well, that's not funny, buddy, because you should see the other guy. His penis is messed up big time, baby. Guys, thank you so much. My name's Steven Spinola. Enjoy the rest of your night.
You guys, Steven Spinola, give it up for him. Give it up for all the comics you saw here tonight. These comics you saw tonight are some of my favorites. I love each and every one of them. Now, the reality is, you at home and you in the audience, you can do comedy too. Write 5 minutes of stuff that's in your head. It's got to be original. Don't give me any goddamn internet forwards. You write original thoughts down on a paper and come to an open mic, and you too can do comedy. All the open mics in town are listed at NashvilleStandUp.com. If nobody told me, nobody encouraged me when I was a kid. I always knew I wanted to do comedy. I want to help people that want to do comedy. Write 5 minutes of jokes. Come out to an open mic. Do them. Come out. You will make friends. It may not be the friends you want. You will meet people who are on the same wavelength as you, and they will be your best friends you ever meet in your life. Woo! Please. Thank you so much. One guy gives a shit. We're going to do this again October 30th. If you want to be in this audience, come and be here for this taping October 30th. We're going to do this monthly, and it's going to be fun. Whatever, you guys. My name is Chad Riden. Thank you so much for watching this on TV. Thank you so much for being here. Give it up for NECAT for letting us do this. And have a good night, you guys.